Hey guys, and welcome to game number 32 out of 100 of my Human vs. AI series, where I'm taking on the AI-powered Scrabblebot BestBot in a 100-game match. We're currently at 14 and 17, so on a bit of a streak here, which is good. We're slowly but steadily creeping out of the rather large deficit we were in early in this series, and hopefully we can get yet another win here today in game 32. BestBot's first, and yeah, this is definitely not the first rack I wanted to start this game. That's a lot of D's and a lot of L's. A, B, D, 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 L, L. So we'll see what BestBot does. Hopefully if we get an E, we can at least play Bladed or something like that just to get rid of some of this garbage. Or maybe even an O for Oddball. That would be ideal, actually. Yeah, if I get an O, then I can, depending of course on where the O is and what it might give back, I could consider playing Oddball to just unload as much of these clunkers from my rack as possible. But we'll see. BestBot, as it often does on the opening play, we've seen it often take well over a minute, sometimes even two on its first play. It's taken its time here. Could mean a lot of things, you know. As I always say, it could mean it's going to bingo. It could mean it's going to just play something for 12. So hopefully it's the latter, especially given my rack. I do not want to start with the bot bingoing and myself having 3 Ds and 2 Ls. That's not a good way to start a game, but if that's what happens, then we'll make the most of it. So, like I said, just going to kind of wait and see what the bot does, but hoping for maybe an O for Oddball or an E for Bladed. There's not much else that is going to help us. All right, we got an O, so I could play Oddball. It's not a terrible spot to play it either. I mean, whoops. It does take the S, and of course, if the bot has an S, it could cause some damage there, but, I mean, the bot also might not have an S. Mayo doesn't necessarily imply that it does or doesn't. It certainly could, especially since it played it stopping one below the, or one short of the double-double line. Often when you have an S, you want to try to do that to try to set up the S on the double-double line. When you don't have an S, you want to maybe try to avoid that and play it, say, 2 spots to the left of where it did to avoid giving that to your opponent. So maybe it has an S, but it could easily not want to play it 2 spots to the left, because if it had played Mayo over here, then it would also be putting the M in the double-double line, which isn't great. So I don't think it's necessarily fair to say, oh, the bot is likely to have an S after Mayo. So I think that's reasonable. I certainly like what it does to our rack a lot, just sort of gets rid of everything. I guess the other option here, or one other option, would be to play Bald. It scores 20, so it actually scores more than Oddball. Keeps DDL, which is certainly worse than just keeping a D, but it doesn't give back so much. So that's an option. Not really sure which is best. I mean, statically, Oddball is definitely better. Like, DDL is... It's not that bad, especially if I can draw a few vowels, but it's certainly not good. So I think I'm kind of inclined to play Oddball. Like I said, I don't necessarily know that the bot has an S. I'm also turning over 6 tiles myself. I could easily get an S. Like, I think Bald is just a little bit too cautious here. And yeah, especially early in the game, I don't like keeping clunky leaves. I like to try to bingo and get off to a good start as soon as possible. And I think Oddball is going to do a better job of doing that. So let's do it. All right, I got a blank. So that worked out. I got a UW, which isn't particularly good together. But we'll see what we can do with it. And bot plays winnable. So bingo for the bot. I don't think I have anything with an S for oddballs. I must have some bingo though, right? I mean, does rewound not play? Wunder is not good. Unwired? I don't think that's a word. I feel like I've played Unwired recently in some game and got challenged off. I'm pretty sure Unwired is not a word. Well, I have Underway, right? So, okay, I'm definitely bingoing. I have Underway to either this Y or this A. Is there nothing? There's got to be something through this E, right? Under... Huh. Feels like there's got to be something. But maybe there's not. Probably nothing through this L, but it's worth looking also. Yeah, this is one of those racks where you probably want to just kind of try to go through the different tiles the blank could be. Under new, under hue, no. Maybe I'm getting too stuck on under. Just because it's there as a prefix doesn't mean that you have to use it, of course. Huh. It just feels like, I mean, these, other than the UW, these are all such good tiles. If anything, guys, like, if underway is actually the only bingo here, which it might be, that just goes to show you, I think, how bad UW is. Because, like, other than UW, this rack is phenomenal. D, E, N, R blank, they're all great tiles. But the U and the W are just so bad. Do I really have nothing through that E? I find it a little hard to believe, but I'm also not seeing it, and I feel like I would have seen it by now. Unweird, that's not good. Huh. I don't know. I don't see it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure unwired is not good. I'm definitely not going to play it. Don't think there's anything through these L's, and Wunder is definitely not good. Also, Wunders is not good, because that's just under so. That would be one way to remember that. And I also have, that's one I've also messed up, and I just know it's only rewound, which doesn't play. So I kind of think it's only underway. And underway scores a couple more to this Y, but I don't think I want to put the U right there. Even though I'm trailing, I don't want to necessarily just be completely careless like that and, you know, let the bot compound its lead even more. So, I mean, this gets me to within 24 points. I think I'm much better off playing it here. And yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm not missing a better bingo, but I'm just, if it's there, I'm just not seeing it. So, underway it is. And I guess we'll find out after the game what I missed, if anything. But hopefully nothing. Well, I definitely am not going to be missing a bingo on this track. I'm quite confident with FPVW that there is nothing available as far as bingos go. Rook comes down for 35, so that of course takes a front B as well as a C. I don't have either. What do I want to do with this? Probably 5 or Y or something here. I mean, I have to get rid of 2 of the FVW. Those are, I mean, the P is not actually that bad, but yeah, FVW are all horrendous together. Yeah, I mean, privet is also playable, I guess. FW is not great, but it's not the worst. Yeah, it feels like playing under this E is probably better, though. I mean, TPW is also nothing is going to be great here as far as leave goes, right? I mean, TPW is bad, FW is bad. Probably TPW is slightly better. 5 scores a couple more points. Puts that E there, which isn't great, but it also could help me, given I have a lot of consonants, and maybe if the bot doesn't have a good play there. Like, I'm not, especially at this score, like, this is just not something I'm that worried about, putting the E there on the board like this that's already so open. Again, if the E, and this is an important point, guys, right? And it's definitely a question I get a lot, especially from people who are maybe not as experienced. Like, you're putting an E there in the middle of the triple lane? Well, putting an E here is very different than putting an E, say, 1 spot below it, right here, or 2 spots below it. And the main reason is because where I'm putting the E here, I'm occupying the double letter score. So that means that the responses are going to be much less limited, at least as far as non-bingos go, because, say, it's not going to be able to, if I put the E 1 spot below, it could easily just play something like Zeta for 70 points, right? That's not possible with the E where I'm placing it on the double letter, because if the E's already on the double letter, the Z or whatever other high point tile the bot might have is not able to simultaneously occupy the double letter score. So it's always less dangerous, whatever the tile is, if you're putting one in the triple line, if you put it on the double letter score that's already in the line. And the E here is also a little bit tougher to triple through than the E down here, right? Because here, I mean, this is probably the most scary tile to put in any position in the triple line. I mean, you've got ER, ES, ED, IER. I mean, I could go on and on. Here you've got ERS, EST, you know, million things. It's a little bit harder to triple through an E here. So it's just not something I would be all that worried about. Oh, I also, you know what, though? I do have Waif here, which, I mean, the PV combo is pretty bad, but it scores a lot more, too. It scores 37 instead of 32. And it keeps the E. Like, honestly, to me, keeping the E is a bigger factor than opening the E. Like, I'm just not even that worried about opening the E, but keeping the E for some vowel insurance is definitely nice. I think I like that. Yeah, that's probably the best play. Alright, that's actually not that bad. I mean, I got the C for crook, which is really nice. So I'll certainly just play, like, probably crave or carve on my next turn to score pretty well. Probably caver, actually, because that doesn't take as many hooks. There's still, of course, let's not lose sight of this oddballs hook looming very large. All 4 S's still unplayed, so it's going to happen at some point. You have to imagine it's just a matter of when. But yeah, I mean, sooner or later, you think one of us is gonna get an S and cause some damage there. But we'll see. All right, there we go. So 2 S's actually for the bot. Rhesus comes down for 30. And yeah, I mean, I can't imagine I have anything better than playing with crook. That's going to be almost 50 points. I don't have any bingos. I don't think I have any non-bingo doubles through this E. No. Alright, so yeah, let's... yeah, I think caver is still fine. Yeah, I think that's better than carve or crave, just because those take more back hooks. Oh, actually, caver takes the N too for cavern. That's a little sneaky. But they don't take D's, and it doesn't take a D or an R at least. So, still seems a little bit better. But I don't think it matters all that much. I guess the thing that's nice about carve or crave is they don't give back just easy three-letter plays here on left, though. So maybe that's better to play crave. Again, I'm not worried about putting the A here because of the V. It's not really possible to overlap, although carve at least doesn't allow plays with ZA across. So this is probably fine. I mean, I don't know. It's giving back an R hook versus giving back three tile plays. Not really sure. Kind of a close call, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's probably more disaster potential with this because he could have like Grizz or Frizz. So I think let's just play Caver. Trust my original instinct. Not the best draw here. Ah, dang it. The bot bingos with dotages. So I'm going to be at a bit of a deficit. Especially no blanks left. So not exactly what we wanted to see. What is my best option here? Pelf somewhere, maybe? How about... Do I have anything under here? I just don't have enough vowels, I don't think. Like with F or Eft. I don't think so. Flub? It just doesn't score very many points. I'm also getting concerned about the state of this board. There aren't a ton of places to bingo. I mean, there's this R in crook. There's the E and the D and the R in underway. At least flub. It also maybe could potentially open the line on the top with like EE, maybe, depending on what I can draw. Keeps a very nice leave. It's about as good a leave as I'm going to get. And I don't think I can really score more. I mean, I can play something like this. But that's just terrible. BLPT. Definitely can't afford to keep that when I'm down 80. So I feel like flub is probably fine. I just don't really see anything else that scores that amount while also keeping a good leave. Yeah, there's also pelf through this E and caver, I guess, but the P is definitely better than the B. So I think I'll go with flub. Like I said, I kind of like opening the top too. Ooh. Is there something here? Feels like there should be. Murine comes down quickly. Perianth. Doesn't fit. Aphanite with an A. Doesn't fit. Dang it. There's nothing with an E. Anything with an R and a G? Threeping. Doesn't fit. Huh. Down 90. It's a lot. Not a great situation. Yeah, Murine was a good play because it takes out this R and crook I was talking about before. So I probably want to start thinking about opening on the right, because if I don't do anything proactive, then the bot's just going to probably play through like the E and underway, and I'm going to be out of line. So of course winnable doesn't take an S if I could even draw the last S. So I just don't think something like Hap is going to work. Like I'm still down 60, and the bot just blocks, and I need another line. So I think something like Pa is better. Gives me some space to work with on the right with Ahi for 7s. So I think at this point in the game, I need to do something like that. And then if the bot blocks over there, I'll still have some chances to hit one of the lines on the left. EINT, of course, is a really good leave. Is there any way I can score more here? Maybe? Keep something reasonable? Like HEPA filter, but it's not good in Scrabble. I don't know. I don't think so. Not that I'm seeing. So I think Pa is probably fine. Yeah, let's... I wonder if I should play Pe, because there's so many E's left. 6 E's. You know what? I wonder if this is better, because I also have this E to work with an underway, and now I can also hook the A for Aha. Wonder if I should play Pe. I kind of think this might be better. Yeah, just with all those E's left and the E and underway, I actually think I should play Pe. Definitely counterintuitive, but I think it's better. So let's go ahead and do it. Huh. Well, maybe I should have played Pa. It would have been nice to have the E now since I didn't draw one, but either way, I mean, with drawing the V and another T, it was going to be tough to bingo. Yeah, Quag. It's a annoying play. Scores well and blocks. I think I have to play Cod just to... I mean, I need to score enough points that if I can manage to bingo, it'll at least be enough to win. If I don't, I'm down 100. If I don't score, then I'm really in danger of falling out of reach quickly. So I think Cod is forced. And I can still draw stuff to this E. Unfortunately, Volitant, V-O-L-I-T-A-N-T, which is my 8, doesn't fit through either of those L's. So yeah, I think Cod is just forced. Didn't want the J, that's for sure. Also, Cod does open that line from the T, which I'm probably not going to hit now, but it could be something to watch out for. It could be annoying for the bot to deal with later. So I have Join, which at least will score some points. Of course, keeping VT together is not great, especially when you're trying to hit a T. And there's that Cavern Hook that we were talking about earlier. I didn't really have much to do, I don't think, with it on either of the last couple of turns. So Into comes down. I just don't think if I play Jive, I mean, I don't know. This leave is still not that great. I think I need more points too. I'm still down over 90. Like I need to score with Join, I think. I mean, if the bot can't hit the J, which is possible, then yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty good pool. It's probably fairly likely to be able to hit the J, but it's not guaranteed. Maybe I can draw Tevitron from the T or something. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I need the points. Like if I play Jive, it's just where am I bingoing if the bot blocks the T? I guess the same question goes for Join. I guess I do have this E in Cavern. If I hit an 8 there, maybe? I don't know. It's going to be pretty tough either way, I have to imagine, to win this game, but I feel like Join probably gives me a slightly better shot. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's definitely not what I wanted. Yeah, the Z is sometimes good, but not now when you're trying to bingo. Yeah, so I'm feeling like it's going to be probably pretty tough for us to win at this point, but yeah, especially there goes the last S. Yeah, that was, I think, really the key, right? I think the bot got all of the S's, and with the oddballs hook and then the dotages bingo, it just really, really took advantage of those S's. And also just the fact that, not even so much that the bot had them all, the fact that I didn't get any, which I think I really would have needed an S to have a shot at winning this game, just for some scoring or bingoing chances. Alright, well, I mean, I'm down, 83? So if I can somehow bingo, I maybe could still have a chance. I just don't know how I'm going to do that with CPVZ. Topaz, I don't think that even plays, and that still keeps CB. Zap. At least it scores points. Maybe I can draw... Well, eviction doesn't even fit. Maybe I can do this, and then, like, if the bot doesn't empty the bag, I can fish somehow and hit something. I don't know. Seems about as good as anything. I mean, it scores points. I can't get rid of both the Z and the V, I don't think. And I have to get rid of the Z. Like, I'm not going to pingo with the Z. I can't imagine. Yeah, I'm not feeling optimistic about it, but I think Zap is the best thing I see. Okay. That's looking a little more bingo-y. N for eviction. Whoa, Yogi comes down instantly. Wow. Alright, so now is there anything I can possibly draw? It's going to be tough. I probably have to fish off 2 tiles and empty the bag. See, I'm going to need a bingo in 2 spots. That's the problem. And the pool is really good. Oh, you know what Yogi was? It was an X setup. That's what it's doing. Uh-huh. I see what it's up to. It's setting up its X. So the idea is that if I were to bingo, it would counter with an X play and win. Very clever. Very clever. So yeah, I have to do something about that. So maybe if I play Vow, is there anything I can draw? Okay, what if I draw like... See, if I draw like Trichite or Titchier, so if I draw HR, then the problem is the bot can just block, and I don't think I have another bingo, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think I do. That's too bad. If I had another bingo through this E, that might actually give me a shot. How about, like, if I draw Re-Incite, I don't think I have anything from the T then. Huh. Anything else? Hell, I think it's going to be tough. Yeah, I mean, I have to block this X setup. Like, I'm quite confident Yogi was an X setup. Down to a minute. I don't think Cow is going to do me any better. It's hard to bingo from that T. Especially having another T and a V. Hieratic, Efficient. No, that doesn't even... Efficient doesn't even work. I have 2 T's. Yeah, I don't think I can draw bingo in 2 spots. And yeah, the thing is, if I don't block the X setup, then... I mean, X plays are going to score 55 plus points. I'm just never going to get enough with an out bingo. Like, if I try to play TI or something, if I draw something, the bot can probably just block, too. Yeah, I think this is probably not winnable, so I guess just Vow. I mean, against a human, I would try Vow and hope somehow they didn't block Titchier for whatever reason, or Trichite, but it's not going to work against a bot. I guess I could play View. Maybe that's a little better for spread. I don't know. What the heck? I'll give it a shot. Well, safe to say, wouldn't have really mattered. Draw another I. At least I did block the X spot, so now the bot isn't going to be able to play Hex for 60 points. Probably just going to play something like X turn on the bottom from the E in Cavern, and then go out with A and next to Quag is my guess, something like that, but we'll see. Might not even have to go out in 2, because I'm probably not going out in 2 with this. And I've got 3 eyes. It's not easy to get rid of 2 of them. I guess I have Icier. Yeah, Icier should be an out in 2. AIT, I'd have to imagine, is going to go out in multiple spots. Maybe. I don't know. It's actually not that easy to play AIT. I guess I have it above Rhesus. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't have other outs after Icier. I'm not positive. But yeah, I think the bot doesn't necessarily have to go out in 2 then, if it doesn't want to. X-turn seems pretty straightforward, though. EXTERNE, and then just saving and off for 20 next turn. I mean, that's like a 50-point sequence. Yeah, X-turn is 30 and is 20. That seems pretty good. I mean, just because it doesn't have to go out in 2, it probably still should, because then it at least deprives... It only lets me have 1 turn. I should just be ready to go, because I only have 34 seconds. Yeah, I don't have much at all here. Vice, I guess, is about as good as I'm going to do. 20 points. I don't know what else I really have. Anything through this L? Not really. Cilia, iliac. No, not too much. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe the bot will come up with something clever here. It'll be interesting to see, but I feel like extern is pretty solid. Unless maybe it can get more with like Oxer, or maybe it can score more with Hint, but I don't know, there's just not a lot of space to play a lot of tiles on this board. Especially with no S's left. I mean, Winnable obviously doesn't take an S. Tag does take an S, but there's no S's left. Like, that E in Cavern is really the best place to play a lot of tiles. So I guess if it plays X turn, then it would block Vice. So I need to come up with another play for myself. But we can cross that bridge if and when we come to it. I guess at that point I'm not worried about what I keep, because then the bot only has one tile that's going out. So I could even just play Taste, keeping 3 eyes, which would be kind of funny, but might actually be best. Because normally I wouldn't... Oh, okay, Rex. Interesting. Huh. Oh, maybe because then and Reft is a little bit more? Is that the idea? I guess that's what it's going for. Okay. Yeah, I guess that nets us a few more than X-turn, possibly. So, I mean, do I just play Vice, or do I play something here? Oh, shoot, I'm out of time. Alright, let's just play Vice. I don't know. Oh, shoot, I mistyped and played Vi. That's funny. Alright, well, whatever. It only would have mattered for Spuddy. I meant to play Vice there, but I played Vi accidentally. I totally forgot I was low on time. I didn't want to flag. Oh, then! I didn't even see then. Look at that. That's why Rex was so good. Okay, I definitely should have blocked that. Yeah, I should have played, like, T8 here or something. Okay, yeah, definitely butchered that endgame pretty good. That was funny playing Vi. At least I still played the word. At least I didn't play a Vic. That's funny. Alright, 477, 359. Yeah, that should have probably been about 20 points closer, but at least we got a good laugh out of it. But yeah, let's see. So bot, okay, had to blank with Mayo. Yeah, I think this is fine. I didn't consider Baldly, but that also keeps 2 Ds. Like, I think, again, I don't necessarily know the bot has an S, let alone a blank. And I'm still turning over 6 tiles. I've got a good chance to pull one. And this is by far and away, I mean, look, it's 6 points better nearly on static. That's how much better D is versus DDL. I think this is a reasonable play. Winnable comes down. Uncrewed. Ah, okay. Yeah, see, I knew there was something there. I just had a feeling. I didn't come up with uncrewed, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a little tricky. I should have seen it, but a little bit tricky to spot with a blank C. Like, this is one where I'm confident. If I had the real C on my rack instead of the blank, I would have seen uncrewed immediately. And it's not like... I would have been pretty much positive of it being good. This is definitely an example of how sometimes having a blank can be a little bit of a curse, especially with a rack like this, where it seems like good tiles, because it can just be tough to go through all the possibilities. So yeah, uncrewed. Ooh, underjaw. That's a cool one with a blank J. I mean, underjaw and underway are, for all practical purposes, identical. But yeah, I still think not playing underway here is correct. I mean, for only 3 fewer points. But yeah, uncrewed is obviously better. It's 11 more points, which is a pretty significant mistake. So that's definitely a miss. Bob plays Rook, eschewing Kuros here. Interesting. I think I would have done this, personally, because I just bingoed there's 3 S's unseen. You have a bit of a lead. To me, I'd want to take out that spot. But maybe it feels with Rook, it's saving the S and there's more upside next turn. I guess it's interesting. I definitely feel like BestBot makes a lot more of those type of plays, like more aggressive plays like this than humans would. Like, aggressive when it has a lead, if it has a good rack. Which is interesting, because like, to me, I would think, again, alright, I'm going up 65 after Kuros. I take out the spot with 3 S's still left. Like, to me, that's more logical, but maybe it feels that, you know, the score difference isn't that big, and... like, yeah, I could hit for 42 now, but if it draws a bingo, it could hit for 90. So it kind of makes sense, actually, the more I think about it. It's a little bit counterintuitive, I think, at first, but I feel like BestBot probably doesn't take the score into account as much as a lot of humans do, which is kind of interesting to see. So maybe something to be learned from that. Yeah, I think I would have... my first instinct would have definitely been to play this, but the more I'm thinking about it, yeah, like RSU, it's not the best 3-tile leave ever. Like, ERS would be a lot nicer, but it certainly has a lot of upside with that hook. And I mean, let's face it, right? With 3 S's unseen, I was drawing into a bag of like almost 70 tiles. So roughly, I mean, this is an exact calculation, but the odds I have an S are roughly 3 times 7 draws, so 21 out of 70, which is only about 30%, maybe even a little less. So, and again, that's not exactly precise, but it's pretty close. So the odds are not even that strong I have an S. So, yeah, this actually seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, glad I took the time to see wave here. Clearly better than 5. Wow, 3 S's for BestBot here. So yeah, Rhesus, I mean, it's funny, now I'd almost be more inclined to leave that spot open, because now I'm like, there's only 1 S left. There's even less of a chance I have it. Like, I guess there just aren't a lot of good, yeah, there's just no plays that don't, wow. There's just no good plays that don't use this spot, though. I guess that's the problem. Like, what are you going to do, play us and Mayos? I just don't think that's strong enough. Like, you're giving up 20 points immediately. You still keep AS, which is a great leave. Yeah, this looks fine. Yeah, any of these plays I think are reasonable. For me in that spot, dotages, yeah, now it's definitely going to be a tough road to come back. Yeah, flub seems fine. Yeah, these plays just, I mean, other than Pelf and flub, all these plays just keep horrendous leaves. I think that's fine. Yeah, this was a really nice play. Ooh, Residuum with 2 U's in a row. Almost played through the D, but not quite. Yeah, here, I definitely sacrificed a substantial amount of equity to make the play I did. I didn't see Ped there. I didn't see a napped either. That's not horrible. Heap. Yeah, maybe I didn't make a good play here. I just felt that I really needed to create some space on the right. Because like I said, right now, the right-hand side of the board, I mean, down here is just completely blocked off with Winnable not taking an S. And, I mean, right now, there's nowhere to really bingo here. Like, I could probably make another play here at some point in the future. But I figured I had a decent play there now. I might as well make it. And it's actually not that huge an equity sacrifice. So it's like 6 points. Yeah, it's only a 6-point equity sacrifice. It's not massive at this point in the game. The problem with Pev probably, and I'm not talking about like Pev versus Pa, say, that discussion about whether I should keep an E, is that, as we saw in the game, it's probably just too easy for the bot to overlap here and score. And I sort of figured, like, okay, if it does that, at least I'll have another shot to hit the E, maybe, or the R. But I might just be down too much at that point if the bot scores like 30 or 40 points as it did. That might be the problem. So I may be better off. See, I don't think I want to do this, though, and block on the top left. So maybe I should play Inapt and just sort of be patient. It's hard to be patient when you're down 90 on an increasingly dead board against an AI pod, but maybe I should just be patient here. I'm down 50. I have EH. If the bot blocks, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if the bot blocks, we just play something for like 20 through the E and underway. It's just like, where am I bingoing? And, I mean, yeah, I guess there's this E in Cavern. It's not that easy to hit. The E has to be in the second spot specifically, but I guess between that and I can maybe still open some stuff on the next turn on the right, it just feels like it's going to be one of those games of cat and mouse where, like, you know, I'll open something here and be all excited about it, and the bot's just going to play next to it and block, and it's just like whatever I open, the bot's just going to block it. And, yeah, this happens a lot in Scrabble when one person's, like, down, you know, 50, 60 points, some amount where they feel like they have to bingo, and their opponent feels like as long as their opponent doesn't bingo, they're going to win, and the person who feels like they have to bingo just keeps opening new lines, and the opponent just keeps sacrificing the block. It's like a classic cat and mouse thing. If there's no other lines on the board, then the person who's down has to keep opening, and the person who's up just keeps blocking. And I feel like that's sort of what would happen here. I do at least, like I said, have that E in Cavern to work with, so maybe that gives me enough of an outside chance that even after the bot blocks the floaters and underway, I have some stuff to go for. So yeah, maybe Inapt or Inept, probably Inept actually, again, just to keep the A instead of the E with all those E's left. Maybe it would have been a little bit smarter. But yeah, the bot plays Quag, and yeah, here I think I'm in a lot of trouble. Cot seems pretty forced into saving the X. Interesting. Yeah, I guess at this point, right, the bot doesn't really need to bingo. It just needs to keep scoring, and the X is a really good scoring tile. I guess not immediately on this board, but as we saw with the Yogi setup, it also can easily draw something above Nurine over here, just ending in OX, making XU. So yeah, interesting play by the bot here. Into scores nearly as much as Ox. It's only a 3-point sacrifice, but the X is just a much better scoring tile. And at this point, the bot is more worried about trying to just score and outrun than bingo itself. Yeah, I think Join is fine. I mean, actually maybe Jovial. You know, I think I would have done this if I saw it, just because NT is not a bad leave. The pool has plenty of vowels in it, 12 vowels, 12 consonants, and it keeps both the E and underway and the T open. So it still scores pretty well. I think Jovial is probably what I would have done if I saw it, just because keeping ATV is so bad here, especially trying to hit a T. Like, I kind of have to draw Tevatron or something like that. Yeah, the bot just blocks the zap. I don't know what else I'm going to even do here. I mean, no, I don't want to do this. I can't block that E. Yeah, Yogi, very nice play by the bot. Oh, no, I didn't play this Yogi. Played that Yogi. Yeah, it's funny, like, I didn't even register to me that the bot could have played Yogi here for 9 more. If I saw that, then I would have even been more sure that this was an X setup, because otherwise, why would it give up 9 points? I just sort of knew. Like, if the bot played Yogi instantly there, like, the only way it's going to play it instantly is if it has the X, because otherwise it's not such an obvious play. And it's clearly thinking it has the X, so it knows if I bingo from that T, like, I'll take a lead, but then it's going to play the X for, like, 60 points and just win in the endgame. So, really, really clever play by the bot. Yeah, here I think I'm just lost. I mean, obviously, if I empty the bag and play more than 2 tiles, I just lose, because I'm never winning without a bingo, especially. I know the bot has the X, too, so I think Val is fine. View may be a little better for spread just to get rid of one of the eyes. Here I totally butchered the endgame. I meant, like I said, I meant to play Vice, which would have gotten me, like, 12 more spread points, but I accidentally played Vi, just my keyboard glitched. I think I was low on time, and I panicked a little bit. Probably what I should do is block this really nice outplay of Then that the bot set up on the top right. I probably should just play something like TAE in that same spot, making Tref, AE, and X. But in any case, like I said, only a matter of spread at that point. The game was completely lost. I probably could have lost by like 90 or something instead of 118, but so be it. Not my best game, definitely not. Missing Uncrewed was not good on the underway turn. That was probably my biggest mistake of the game. Pet was an extremely questionable move that I feel like was probably wrong. Yeah, I think I just gave back too many points in trying to open that line, and I probably shouldn't have been quite that desperate at that point in the game. I think I should have just played inept and been a bit more patient. So I think those 2 turns were both pretty substantial mistakes. So you know, I think I'll have to say that this game was winnable despite BestBot playing winnable. Certainly, if I had played Uncrewed, hard to know what would have happened. So yeah, I can't really say I deserve to win this one, so can't complain too much. But yeah, it was still a pretty interesting game. Had some, you know, I felt like I was still sort of in it all the way up until, really until Yogi, honestly. I felt like I had some outside chances if I could hit something from the tee. So, was never really completely out of it, but it was always definitely an uphill battle. So, alright, we fall back to 4 games behind, 14 and 18, but still doing pretty well. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this game. Appreciate the support and all the comments and feedback as always. And I look forward to seeing you all soon for game number 33, where we'll hit officially the 3rd waypoint of the series. So that'll be exciting. And I will see you then. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching the video. With the holiday season coming up, I wanted to remind you that I do offer Scrabble lessons, and they can make a really fun gift if you have a family member or friend who loves Scrabble and might be interested in learning about tournaments or just having a fun experience while getting a few tips on taking their game to the next level. If you might be interested, then click the image right here, which will take you to the lessons page of my website, which also has some additional information and reviews from past players who I've given lessons. If you might be interested or have any further questions, feel free to contact me on my website or on my email, both of which I'll post in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys.